Live yet.
And good evening. Welcome to oh man, I haven't done it in so long. I forget what I said. The League of Excellent Extraordinary Negroes. Today, we are talking about Picard, just the first episode of season 2. I'm Jade.
I'm Marcus.
I'm Julia.
Good evening, everyone. I'm 75% back.
All right. When do we
Loving
get the
it.
rest?
You looking good, Jade.
I wanted to put 100, but I could not because I'm already tired.
You gotta get at least 5 minutes in.
I'm 25% in bed.
Right. Ooh, I'll be going. So, burning question of the day. Since we're talking about Picard, if Paramount were to give you a costume or custom costume of any Star Trek iteration, what would you ask for?
Season 2, Deanna Troy. Her jumpsuit. I would look hot. And I would also like the hair. I would also like to do like the complicated bun and the little bejeweled headdress. Love it. Love it.
The beehive thing?
No, remember in the first 2 seasons, it was braided. And it was like braided up top and had a little jewel coming down front.
The first season was much more condensed and very beehive looking on top of her head.
There were a lot.
Yeah, well, it was always like the Elaine bump. I think that's where Seinfeld got that from. But she did wear her hair up for a time. Remember when her betrothed husband came on board and ended up leaving her for the plague ship? Remember her hair there.
It was looser then, wasn't it? Or I don't remember.
It was up.
Okay. So you're going to do the jumpsuit with the what do you call those?
The
stirrups.
low V and
with the
hair.
stirrups. Yeah, okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I just want Geordi's visor, but if they can't give me that.
LeVar has that.
I know he does.
I mean, we could spray paint a banana clip, but
you could do that, but they went better than that later. They did start there though. No, I actually think the newest uniforms they have on Discovery are really sharp. I like those with the stripe comes down, and that's your division color mostly. Those are nice, and they're kind of uneven at the bottom. I like those.
I don't know which one you're talking about because every time they have an away mission, they have a different uniform.
That's true. They do have. They keep their costume designers busy on that show.
It's a lot of uniforms.
Frankly, I don't know who it was at Paramount that figured out that the Star Trek people cancel when there's not new Star Trek on, and their solution to that was just have new Star Trek every week forever. But you have my respect, and I love you very much. I will keep paying you as long as there's new Star Trek every week.
But not all of it's good.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It's new Star Trek. You're gonna complain?
I'm gonna complain about the rest of Discovery this season.
You could be Firefly fandom and have nothing.
they're talking about bringing that back.
They always talk about bringing that back. It never happens.
I think they're really thinking about it this time.
Yeah, sure they are.
Just a jumping off and do something completely different because they don't want to have anything to do with Joss Whedon.
Well, I mean, there's that, but
Yeah, he's persona non grata now, and I gotta tell you, I'm still always and forever a Buffy fan. Like,
Never saw it.
sacrilege.
Vampires. I don't do vampires.
It was
yeah, I never got
campy.
into it either. I'm
High
sorry.
school. I loved it. I grew up with Buffy. We were in high school at the same time.
Oh my god. No. That's another reason why I wouldn't have been watching it. I would choose one of Guinan's dresses.
Ooh,
And I would take the headdress too.
good
Okay.
choice. Good
Yeah.
choice.
I actually stumbled upon, don't ask me, I don't know how I got there. There was a Christie's auction and they were auctioning off all of Whoopi Goldberg's costumes from the show, and all of her stuff went for thousands and thousands of dollars.
That doesn't surprise me. The only thing that surprised me about that is I didn't know it happened, and I don't
It was
have
a-
a piece.
It was a while ago, but they went for a lot of money.
Star Trek nerds have money. What do you want?
Yes, the collectors. The ones that go on those cruise ships
Yes.
with Jonathan Franks.
Okay, so we are talking about Picard, Jean-Luc, with the English accent. Not a bit of French in
The
there
French
at
man
all.
with the English accent. Yes.
Look, it's the 24th century. It all merged. Who knows?
I know. I mean, it's just not lost on me that he never had anything French at all except wine and a name. Okay, so Picard, the follow-up series to Star Trek The Next Generation and Star Trek Nemesis that centers on Jean-Luc Picard in the next chapter of his life. This is the pickup from season 1, first episode in season 2. Someone asked me if they needed to watch all of season 1, and I said you could probably go to YouTube and get an explainer video and be just fine. Start with season 2.
Yeah, I think they just understand not everybody has a ton of time. Like, please come watch our new show. So,
Well, I think
lot
they
of-
realized that the writing was garbage, and the only people hanging on were diehard fans like me who would watch Patrick Stewart read a menu. Like, that's the only reason you had me. Like, I just don't know. Like, I remember, like, the great Star Trek writers, Roger Moore, like on TNG, on DS9 and Voyager, and then went to Battlestar Galactica, like, which I'm watching right now. But that was Star Trek writing in its heyday. Like, Alex Kurtzman, I think is a part of me is dying every time he comes out with a new show.
I don't. Patrick Stewart could have read the telephone book or a
Yes.
newspaper,
Yes.
and season 1 would have been better written.
oh.
But I mean,
but
this
some
is
weird things happened, but it was perfectly
they were
fine.
world building for the whole season. That you cannot do.
Yeah, no.
It was here's how we get 7 of 9. It was here's how we
Yeah.
get this Allison Pill, whatever her name is.
Right.
I can't even remember.
Okay, well, I got you because I got the list of folks.
Okay.
So let's do we did the summary, the who's who. So who is in this?
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you, Jade.
Get everybody.
Okay, so we got Patrick Stewart, who is really old, and I get really concerned every time I see him. Your girl, Jerry Ryan, 7 of 9. Michelle Hurd, Allison, I think is it Pill or Pull or Pill? I think it's Pill.
It's Allison Pill.
And then we got Whoopi down there and John Delancey.
My
Oh.
favorite.
Did I cut him off? No, Santiago Cabrera.
Mhm.
And the only thing that I remember him being in before was Heroes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, jeez, Heroes.
Yeah, he was in that.
Now
first
that was a
season.
show with bizarre writing. One good
But
season.
that
and
first season
several-
was great. That
First
first
season was
season of
great.
Heroes, that was good.
It was good.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm out of place. I'm out of place. Where's my stuff? What do we like?
For me, I liked that Q is back. I like how they aged him. He came in looking like young Q, and he's like, "You've aged. Let me catch up." It was perfect. It was perfect. Because I am a Q super fan. I thought that they should have brought Q in season 1 because TNG started with Q, TNG ended with Q, and I would hope that Picard would pick up with that. But I love him. I love that they brought back Guinan. I love that they met up and that Picard is potentially in love again. I was loving that. This was fun. This was as good as when Riker and Deanna Troi came back in a ship in a blaze of glory at the end of the first season to save Picard. Like it's that good. It's good.
Okay, so here's your. Now, I must say, John Delancey is aging well.
Yes.
And the fire in his eyes when he was talking, the intensity, I was like, oh my God, he is so good. I do love Q.
I also love Q.
I would not have wanted him in last season because it would have been poorly written.
Well,
But this season,
last season they wanted to explore Picard and his unresolved feelings with being assimilated by the Borg. And I don't know how that got completely. They also wanted to explore his relationship with Data and androids in general. And it's just like, that was too much to try to do both at once.
But for me, the excellent writing would have come if they brought back Lore. We don't know where Lore is. He was disassembled. Why not bring back Brent Spiner as Lore? Like, what were they thinking? Like, pudgy Data head? Like, just talk to the head? Like,
pudgy Data head.
No.
He's getting
It could have been
old.
Lore. I was sad about that. That was a missed opportunity.
Every time you show a de-aged Brent Spiner, it costs money. It just does.
Yeah.
Which is why Q's cameo was that long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say it did look very good. They with their technology on that end has definitely stepped up.
I thought that the pacing of this episode was excellent. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Just, I
We
mean,
had a lot of people to check in with.
boom, boom,
like-
boom. Just keep going. You don't need to
We have
spend
to
a
clean up
whole
last
episode
season. We don't know
on the La
what happened to
Sorrenta. You don't need
everybody.
a whole episode trying to figure out what 7 of 9 is doing with some bad guys. I just keep it moving, and I loved it. It was great. Anything else?
But then, like, what? They do all of this building of here's where everybody's at, and then right at the end they go, and don't worry about that. We're gonna be doing something else this season.
Oh, I did like that 7. She deactivated all of the other versions of whatever his
Rios.
name is.
Rios.
Rios.
His holograms.
And she only had the Spanish speaking pirate type
Yeah.
That was the most aggressive. Yeah.
That is just a little weird because the universal translator works for everything except for this guy speaking Spanish. It's like, that's a choice that she made. I just have to assume.
Well, yeah, because she deactivated all the other ones, and when he started acting like a counselor again, she was like, "Oh no! I thought I fixed that," and shut him off. The girl is bad. I really do like her.
I will say, I did appreciate that of everyone, when the Borg shows up, she's like, yeah, no, you gotta shut this down. This is not the time for Starfleet diplomacy. Let's welcome them into the Federation. No, none of that. Fire. We have all of these ships. What are y'all doing? Did we load all these quantum torpedoes because we just like the way they look? No. Fire.
Yeah. Yeah. Act. You know what they're gonna do. and the thought that they would even consider allying with the Borg. Even, I mean, I'm in my house yelling at the screen. Who is the bigger threat? Who is the greatest threat in the universe? And you want to talk to him?
I mean, they asked for help.
It's true.
But you know, they've got a conquered Borg ship that they've turned into a museum and have hacked all of the technology from. So I mean, they really don't fear the Borg that much. You know, that was Janeway who found a way to conquer the Borg.
They really should, though. The Borg are ruthless and relentless and coming for you.
Coming.
So.
And the Queen now looks like Venom.
I did appreciate
like,
that.
That's new.
The Queen. that is a very bold design for the Queen. It's like, the Borg don't look like this. The Borg don't care about aesthetics, but the Queen does. She looks great.
Right. What could have been better?
But,
Okay, so even though I loved it, there are a few things. Why did they all go to Starfleet? Like, all of them, except for 7 of 9, are back in Starfleet. And I see that either Picard is on the Vineyard or he is Chancellor of Starfleet Academy. Which one is
He's
it?
both. He's both.
Like, so he goes back for harvesting and time to play kissy face with his Romulan girlfriend.
That's
Slash
They
his
have
high
end of the
girl.
quarter. He
teleporters.
goes back at the end of
They
the
teleport.
quarter.
You could be in San Francisco every day.
Yeah.
He's
How
the
about that?
admiral.
I'm gonna let that ride because he is Jean-Luc. I could see that at 90 years old and being a synth, he would want to do both.
Yeah.
Especially
Only-
since he's
only
avoiding
Jean-Luc
relationships.
Picard.
He's got to
Only
fill all
Jean-Luc.
that time.
But
Mm.
I hated that Rios is now a captain. Like, how easy is it to get through Starfleet? And Elnor is
But
the first
already
Romulan in
been in
Starfleet
Starfleet.
Academy.
Yeah. He was already in Starfleet, though.
He just wasn't currently in Starfleet
Yeah.
for season 1.
Because his
writing was
his
all over the
crew, his friends had died or something tragic had happened, and so
And he's magically now a captain after being a mercenary.
Oh, yeah. He got over it in the season.
And he got
Jean-Luc is his friend. I mean, the Admiral is your friend.
he
'Cause
got
you saw the
command of
little
the
boy.
Stargazer. Really?
The
It's
little boy.
A
made
letter
it
of
through.
recommendation and a prior service record.
I suppose, but one thing that the little things that got me is Picard didn't ask about the new Enterprise. You know that Picard, Jean-Luc Picard, would want to know who was assigned to the Enterprise, and I know they did not box the Enterprise deep. Like,
D was
I'm sad.
destroyed.
I thought that he would ask. I wanted to see the joy on his face when he asked about who was leading the Enterprise. I mean, the Stargazer we haven't heard since season 2 of TNG. Like,
What ship
when
did Riker fly in on at the end of last season?
that was the Enterprise.
Okay.
He said they tried to decommission it, but he got it back. And we haven't seen, who is it? Bach, who tried to redo the logs of the Stargazer and convict Picard of murder. Like, we haven't heard from the Stargazer since then.
This is a new Stargazer. We're not gonna.
I don't know why he'd be so attached to it now.
You've gone down a path I can't follow. I have no idea what you're talking about. This is where we part ways.
Okay,
because I'm like, Stargazer. It sounded familiar, but that was something.
The Stargazer was Picard's first ship.
Yes.
Yeah, I didn't remember that.
This new one is not the same ship, but that's okay. It has the name, so it's got, you know. I don't know if you want to captain the Stargazer.
It's got legacy.
Kind of expectations.
Yes. And so why wouldn't he ask about the Enterprise? I don't know.
Well, he's the admiral.
He's
Doesn't he already
busy.
know where it is?
No, they were doing ship assignments.
He's an admiral, but he mostly serves, you know.
I mean,
He is.
The Academy at this
Can
point.
Yes.
flip a screen and figure out where it is.
That's true. He does probably know.
Yeah, he's got that kind of security clearance.
Clearly.
Okay, loves or hates? What did you love? What did you hate? If you loved or hated anything.
The show is gorgeous. I mean, production design on everything has been thought out, and you can tell when things are happening, and it's like you get a sense of place when they're at Starfleet Academy, that it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like there's like little details all over the place, like ship designs on consoles. Like you can't even you have to zoom in real close to be able to see it, but they spent the money, and I'm excited. I like that stuff.
I appreciated that Guinan's bar is named 10 on Forward Street.
Uh-huh. That was fun.
That was cute.
But her fashion sense hasn't changed in all
At
of
all.
this time.
No,
Not
at all.
yeah, a little bit. Just big hats.
I
and
mean, this is
dang near a
woman that doesn't
moo-moo.
care for undergarments. She's not going to have a whole lot of clothes either.
And she served up hooch. Okay? Like, that's like backseat of someone's car in high school. Like, when you can't get anyone else to buy for you, you drink hooch.
Yeah.
That was at least my high school experience. I thought I'd share with you. Yes.
I did like seeing her on there. I hope that she comes back. I hope it wasn't just a
Oh,
one
I
and done.
think they will, because like there's this unresolved storyline with Q and Guinan that they have to resolve if you bother bringing them both back after all this time.
And okay, so I actually went back. I had a Star Trek marathon this weekend, and I watched. What was the one with McDowell? What's his name?
Oh, Generations?
Malcolm. Yes.
Yeah,
And
the one where he kills Kirk.
yes. And I will never understand.
In the Nexus?
I will never understand that nexus. Never. I mean, I don't know that it's supposed
It's
to
a
be
ribbon that gives you exactly what you want.
Well,
What's to
but
understand?
that was not a good movie, okay? Because what Picard wants is to sit with 5 kids and his nephew Renee, who died in the fire, and want to have Christmas. Like, I don't see Jean-Luc cooking a turkey. All right?
Hello, Papa.
I think it was his desire of the moment, having just found out they died, and the Picard name was dead. Unless he, figures something out. In
I don't
his
know,
90s.
because they told him Renee died in season 5. Like, I was surprised that it came up in the next. Just saying. Saying.
Uh-huh.
But then that wraps back around to his comment. I don't remember, and of course you all would know more than me, him ever mentioning his mother, but the mother being a part of this season,
he
And-
mentioned
Very
his
rare.
grandmother, Mama. Remember when the Traveler took them out into another realm of space, and his Mama showed up and tried to tell him where they were, and that was the only time we saw anything maternal with him.
Mhm.
Okay. But he does say in the speech at Starfleet Academy
Mhm.
that he is the last Picard.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
that prompted me to go
And
back and do some more.
I'm trying to think if they got into any of that, like, the episode after Best of Both Worlds was Family, which is like the only episode that doesn't have a shot
Yes,
of the
bro-
bridge.
Yeah,
But,
that was a good
he goes-
episode.
it was a good episode, but Picard goes home. Does he deal with his father or his brother? I'm trying to
His
His
remember.
brother.
brother. Yeah, his
It's been a
brother.
very long time.
And then that's
And
the
they did
brother
until
that
that was
dies.
Mm.
Isn't that the brother that ends up dying?
Yes,
It would have to be.
Yes. Yeah.
Renee and his brother died in a fire.
Right.
Hmm.
Okay. Well,
Wait, didn't they tell him that like at the start of the movie?
No, they told him that in season 5.
are you sure? Because I thought that that's
Isn't that why he gets hailed off of the holodeck when they're giving Worf his promotion?
yeah. Because I think on the series you just see them and he talks about them, but I don't think they die on the show. I thought that was in the movie.
Huh. I have to check my Trek knowledge. My little mind palace, because I'm not thinking that's the case, but okay.
Okay. I mean, I could be wrong because I told you I have stepped off the path.
No, I still watch TNG. I watch an episode every night,
Oh my gosh.
which is why I'm very upset that it is leaving Netflix April 1st. All my Trekkies, I need you to complain to Netflix.
They
I would
don't
tell
care.
you, I was a Netflix member the first year they came out and was still mailing in CDs. And when they took off Highlander, I protested and got a group of people online to protest, and they brought it back.
Oh
So-
my gosh.
I think that we should get together and protest at least TNG. Discovery can go, DS9 can go, but I need TNG and I need that auto replay.
There. You can auto replay it on Paramount Plus.
Paramount Plus sucks, and it has commercials because I'm too cheap to buy the premium version. I refuse to give them any more money, Jade. They're only 4 months out of the year where I watch it.
Why are you not watching all of the Star Trek that they show each and every week?
You know, Discovery is a
Right.
hot mess.
Because I mean, that's
Discovery is quite a bit better this season. I've been enjoying Discovery.
The
Whoa.
the one stable relationship she had with Book is now in jeopardy and
Yes.
most certainly dead.
look in this starry-eyed look. And the fact that we know more about. See, now we're talking about Discovery. Okay, so we were just going to talk about Discovery for a minute. The fact that we know anything about this guy that created this bomb and don't know anything about the people that stand behind consoles bothers me.
And
They
oh
started to get a
wow,
little
okay,
bit of
oh
that.
whoa, I have never, this whole head thing, they're that close now? You want to connect heads like you were past lovers when you get into the ring? Like, what is this madness?
I don't.
What is
I don't.
this?
No. I don't. And who was? I don't even remember what episode it was, but I was talking to the screen. I don't even care about this person, and Saru is all upset, and I'm like, you can be upset. I can't be because I don't know anything about him.
No, I don't know the bridge crew still after 4 seasons.
And they keep trying to wedge story in for each of them, like every episode. And it's like it's too late. You
I
you
feel
have
like
to
I know.
go back and do a whole new thing with that bridge crew. You can't just wedge their stories in.
Once
kind of have
again,
to.
Alex
It's
Kurtzman
not
as a
episodic.
showrunner has failed. It is diehard Trekkies that are watching this crap.
I do not like that part. I'm still watching it, but
I'm still watching it.
that and Book, giving this man the time of day, listening to him, get him off your ship. You can't trust him.
She can't trust him, but you talking about. Never mind. We don't have to go there.
And who kept the cat? Did she keep the cat?
Yeah, she probably kept the cat.
Some bridge crew officer is watching the cat. We don't know their name.
Some random.
Oh my God.
Well, it's not Detmer. I don't see her keeping the cat.
Oh gosh.
And when is Tilly coming back?
I don't
know.
need Tilly. I don't need Tilly. They need to work on it.
I like Tilly.
I like Tilly
Tilly's one
too,
of the few
but
people they actually develop into a character.
But Tilly is one of the only pleasingly plump Star Trek females. You
That's
never
true.
see
You
real life sized woman walking around the bridge in a uniform on
That's
Star
true.
Trek.
that's true. But I hate what they did with her hair that last season.
Oh
She
yes,
was-
but
that
you
was
know
cool.
what? I you have to. Burnham had a comp for 2 seasons. I mean, what can you say about hair? And now this box braid wig. Oh my God, this lace front is horrible. But it's somehow the best it's ever been for her.
I don't understand why they just don't have her actual hair.
Yes.
Like her hair is always laid. I understand continuity. That's what you have a stylist there for, right?
I mean, they let Janeway. They changed her hair every time they got bored. I don't know why they couldn't do more.
Okay, so what's your score for Picard? Not Discovery,
Yes.
but Picard.
This episode gets a 4 from me. I liked quite a lot of what they're doing. I don't know about the flashbacks with his mom. I'm waiting to see them to do something with that. The Borg angle is interesting, but it seems a little obvious that they're going to try and reform the Borg, because she didn't do any kill shots. Like, the
They were
entire
stunned.
crew's attacking. They were all stunned in ways that, like, oh, I hit him in the shoulder with a stun. You didn't even hit him right in the face. The Borg will shoot you in the face.
I did want to know why nobody was listening to Rios. Because he said,
He said stop firing.
stop firing. He said it like 2 or 3 times, and they kept firing.
Also, you notice if you didn't shoot at her, you didn't get shot. That's what happened. Everybody that was still standing at the end hadn't shot. Everybody that shot, they got shot.
Okay, so Marcus, you give it a solid 4.
Solid
Julia.
4.
You know, one, I feel like I was energized by this episode. I love Picard. I love Patrick Stewart. I even liked him as Blunt. But I think that they're going to sabotage themselves. The Borg is a seasoned villain, right? That's enough to get you through 12, 14 episodes. You add in Q to the mix, and this time travel, I think they may be shooting for too much. They got some good people in the writer's room, and now they said, let's throw everything out. It's like,
Well,
I don't know. It's like
the star of the
TOS.
show is 80 years old. They're going to have to do something with everybody else.
I know.
And
I
I get
fear for him.
scared.
Like every time he jumps on the bridge of a ship, I'm like, ooh. Okay, Jean-Luc.
You don't have to fear for him.
Why
He's
is
got a
he
good
not
stunt
sitting down in a chair, strapped in?
Yes,
Like,
because
Papa,
Patrick Stewart is a
Papa, sit
badass.
down.
Patrick Stewart is a badass. Like his wife is 30 years old. Like he's getting it in. Like loving Patrick Stewart.
I know. I still am worried.
I'm going to
Sir
give it a
Patrick Stewart.
4.
A 4.
I'm
Okay.
going to give it a 4 and
Cool.
hope for the best. But
All right.
tune in every week.
I'm going to give it a 5.
Mm.
Only because it was so good, I rewatched it and then decided to watch only Star Trek movies this weekend because of it.
Ooh, what's your favorite Star Trek movie?
I really like First Contact,
Me too. That's my favorite.
but I also the Voyage Home with the whales.
Yes.
That it's like neck and neck.
Mm.
It will always be the Wrath of Khan for me.
Well, that's
Well,
that's
I
valid.
really feel like the Wrath of Khan and the Voyage Home is really just a 2-part. It's like because they're in the same clothes.
Yes.
And
yes,
Sulu and that short brown leather cape. Oh my god, he's just fabulous. Okay. Anything else you want to add about Picard?
I hope it's good. I really do. And I'm going into it with the best of intentions because I see Jean-Luc Picard on my little screen every day.
I think it's a strong first episode of a season.
But while we're handing out shows, can we give Worf a show? I'd watch it.
No.
I don't care what he's doing. I don't care what he's doing at all. You can give him a ship. You can give him a Klingon ambassadorship.
Why don't we give Worf,
the man a show?
Worf, Geordi, and Guinan a ship and just give them a show?
Oh my goodness, that show would be wild.
It would be so Afrofuturistic. It would be great.
No. I need
Geordi
Worf
would
to
have a
stop being
broken
a
nose in the
deadbeat dad.
first episode.
Worf is horrible.
We would learn so much about Guinan, though. And she is a mystery.
She's a mystery.
She is.
The real mystery is, can you afford it?
So I wanted to talk about Picard. So we got that first episode because that first episode looked good, and then we'll come back at the end of the season and then kind of wrap it all up. So we want to do every week for Picard. And what do we have else going on in March? Let's see. Next week we're going to cover The Legend of Vox Machina. If you have not seen it, it is an animated series based on the D&D exploits of Vox Machina on Twitch and YouTube. And it's fabulous, and it is not for children.
That makes me feel old, though. I don't
Not
know
for children.
about this.
And then Boba Fett and The Gilded Age. If you have not started watching The Gilded Age, you have to.
I'm so glad we're doing that. I'm so excited.
So good.
Yes.
And The Gilded Age goes right into our steampunk tea party. Okay. So there's a lot of people that get intimidated, don't know what steampunk is. We are going to explain what steampunk is. We are going to give ideas for costumes on Friday, March 18th. We're going to have special guests, Austin's Caroline and Celeste Butler, here for that conversation. You'll learn some more about those fabulous people, both textile artists extraordinaires. Oh, and also this week, we have a lot going on at the house. I got to get up to 80%. This Thursday, we're going to talk about Chapter 3 of the 1619 Project. Go on our website and RSVP for a link. It is open for anyone. And we are just reading Chapter 3 and just talking about that. And next Thursday, Arsenic and Adobo. It was already on our list, and I don't remember what happened. We pushed it back. I
I
think.
feel like I'm out of the loop. I didn't know most of this stuff was happening.
Oh, then let me keep going. So, Saturday, March 19th. So, the Charity Board Gamer is our good friend, Chris Goodlett. The Charity Board Gamer does fundraisers for us. Last year, we raised over $2,000 as a result of the Charity Board Gamer 24-hour live stream fundraiser for the house. and he's going to do it again. And we're going to incorporate our game night the same day. And we're going to play werewolves.
You stay busy.
Love it.
We're going to play werewolves.
Finally, I've been asking for 2 years.
Really?
And last, if you're in the Omaha area, Candyland Family Fun Weekend is Friday, March 18th to Sunday, March 20th. And we are going to have a table. If you would like to volunteer, please reach out and let us know. We're just looking forward to our blocks.
And I will just say about the Gilded Age, if you think it's not for you, picture this beautiful black queen going back to her family's home in Brooklyn with a staff, okay? And the little poor country white girl,
oh my God,
with a pair of new shoes to give to her.
Don't give it away. Okay, Julia's muted now. It's
Truly
really
don't
good.
Know what we're talking about.
If you
so
know
good.
anything about Downton Abbey, Julian Fellows, who did Downton Abbey, is the writer creator of the Gilded Age. But it takes place in 1882 in New York, and it is the Gilded Age, which is the time where you have the robber barons, the new money folks coming into New York and trying to take over society from the old money, Mayflower, wealthy white folks. But we also have a story in there of the black elite in New York.
And
It's
why does she
delicious.
have to live in the servants' quarter? I'm hurt.
Well, I mean, where else is she going to be? That
In the
makes it.
bedroom
It's
upstairs?
1882.
I'm looking at the cast list. The only person I recognize is Christine Baranski.
Audra McDowell is also on there. The main character.
How far down
young-
the list?
Miranda from Sex and the City is there.
I didn't watch that either.
Yep, she is. A lot of the people on the show are theater folks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
It's really, really good. Okay, that was all of my updates. Yay! We have so much going on.
You're doing such good work, Jade.
Thank
Shout out to
you.
the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls. Look, doing it.
Julia, where can we find you?
Nowhere.
Hey,
No,
Are you hiding?
I have taken a hiatus from social media channels for my mental health.
okay. Fair enough. Marcus, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter at Marcus Ross or at Waterbear Games, where I design board games, sometimes in public, sometimes in secret. Right now,
Secret.
mostly
I'm
in
waiting
secret.
for the secret stuff.
Man,
Yeah.
I want to tell you very badly, and I cannot. But
I know. I'm not
One
going to
day.
press.
one
I
day.
I know. Okay, and the House of Afros, Capes, and Curls, afroscapescurls.com. Yes, all the social media stuff will be at the end of this broadcast. And lots of events on the website, lots of stuff coming up. And
Lots of events.
lots of events. Stay busy, stay busy. All right, I think that's it. You all have a wonderful evening. Thank you, Julia and Marcus, for joining tonight. I think that's it. Yeah. No, see, I've tapped out.
Always a pleasure to talk about Star Trek.
All right. Live long and prosper.